Xanthia Epithemio loves pushing her limits. She was bullied for her shape as a teen and has now built a career promoting body positivity. Xanthia's followers were the first to mention lipedema, a medical condition often misdiagnosed as obesity.
I actually decided to get diagnosed because I had a few comments and DMs from people saying, your body type looks like this, I think you might have lipedema.
What was it like when you actually got that diagnosis?
It was actually really rough because I was expecting the opposite, for them to just say, you just have a pear-shaped body, because I thought that my whole life. For those who don't know, I actually suffer from a medical condition called lipedema, which is the accumulation of fatty tissue within the thighs, and I also have some in my arms.
Now she's boosting visibility of lipedema, which mostly affects women and those assigned female at birth.
It is really painful to go to work every day and your feet are so sore from having so much fat on your thighs, you know, putting so much weight down on your feet.
Lipedema is a disease of fatty tissue that develops and then gathers pathologically around the limbs, particularly the lower limbs.
Lipedema is not a result of poor diet or exercise. People with the condition have disproportionately heavy cylindrical legs, often cuffing at the ankle. It can also affect the arms, and it has 4 stages, each with worsening pain and decreasing mobility.
Now you can see there's some leakage in the leg itself.
And while it does appear to be influenced by genetics and hormones, specialist plastic surgeon Raymond Shayan says little else is known.
The facts are we just need to do more research on this, as well as finding the molecular biology of exactly what makes this disease tick.
So just keep thinking about being nice and relaxed.
Advocates say that means rather than being helped, patients are being shamed and misdiagnosed.
They're going to doctors for years, they're potentially being put on weight loss pills or just being told, no, you're just fat, go lose some weight, go do some exercise. It has a huge psychological impact on women.
Lipedema Australia is trying to restart the conversation about the disease, showing it affects women of all different ages and sizes.
Women shouldn't be finding out at the age of 50 or 60 when they're going through menopause that they've been living with this since they were 12. It's not fair.
While there's no cure for lipedema, patients can treat their symptoms to try and slow progression of the disease and reduce pain. But those treatments are often expensive and they're not covered by Medicare. That's leaving many patients tens of thousands of dollars out of pocket. In a statement, the government said certain clinical treatments may be eligible for a rebate, but only if they're provided by a GP. 3 years into her diagnosis, Dee McKinnon's already spent around $50,000 on treatment, mostly by dipping into her super early. It's a similar story for several women the ABC has spoken with some spending upwards of $100,000 on therapies to stay mobile and reduce pain. For Dee, her late diagnosis means the disease had already advanced, so her treatment had to be more invasive.
I was diagnosed stage 4. I've had 3 surgeries on my legs because my original thought process was literally to ensure to staying out of a wheelchair.
With her medical concerns ignored for decades, Dee is one of many who say it's time for people to rethink their language around weight.
Everything was because I'm overweight and fat, and every time I was told genuinely the only way to improve my health was to walk.
I think my diagnosis did a lot for me to kind of realise that this is something I'm going to have to live with and I shouldn't be ashamed of my body.
A healthy message worth repeating. Penny Timms, ABC News.